Excellent. All right, I believe everybody's here. So, you reach the fort again after your successful infiltration mission to destroy the wizard's device creating the electrical storm. And once the device was destroyed, the storm started to abate. The sky is still overcast and gray, as though the mood of nature fits the mood of the scenario. But now the clouds are a little thinner, so you can see a little further. And the army of undead is not that large anymore. When you get back to the fort, you look out across the fields, and there's still a good amount of skeletal warriors and Gorgon soldiers and demons and things out there. But the vast majority form a disgusting carpet of corpses that just litter the battlefield. And your guys have been doing their best to, after each battle is fought, to get out there and set fires and try and burn as many of the corpses as they can to stop them from reanimating. But still, there's easily several thousand corpses just littering the battlefield. It also really, I'd say it's still springtime, so it's still cool enough in the night. But in the day, it smells, but it's not like hot stink yet. It's still slightly manageable odor. The higher-up general-type guys walking around the forts have been seen clutching handkerchiefs to their face, which they have full of things like a lavender or sage.
Does it look like either side has made any headway?
Yes, you guys are definitely winning.
Awesome. Did we pass by that large tower thing on the way back?
You can see it. You can see.
Oh, without the cloud now?
Yeah. In fact, I'll if everybody's all together here at the top, I will grab you and copy you over to that next map. There you go. So you're inside the fort. And if you zoom way out, you can see that other tower over here.
Oh, wow.
That's where there seems to be the most kind of energy right now, is around that tower, which still has a bunch of dark wizards on it chanting and banging on big ominous drums. The fellas in the fort are looking a little frayed around the edges, as though they've had just about enough of this incessant drumming and chanting. It's been interrupting their sleep all day. Every day, that's all they hear is the drumming and chanting.
And the drumming's coming from the fort?
It's coming from the tower.
Sorry, that's what I meant. Do we have any intel on what this pit is over here?
It's just a pit. Probably one of the larger bombs, or someone shot down one of those bats that was flying and carrying several explosive devices and crashed into the ground, creating a crater.
Gotcha.
Did they get to the Circle of Mages? Or they just killed the demon and skedaddled?
Nope, they got to the Circle of Mages, killed everyone, and freed all the slaves. So you guys brought a bunch of slaves back with you, including that other Minotaur.
Oh, dang.
Yeah, and we lost a good number of our guys. So we'll go back to whoever it was that we talked about dispatching us and give them the debrief on what happened.
Excellent. Yes, he's happy to see you back, and with such good news. They wondered what had happened to cause the storm to break, and he likewise greets you with the exciting news that they have been making a lot of headway. As you can see, the undead army has shrunk in numbers, and things are looking up for your side. There, that's the name of the Minotaur that you rescued.
Looking out onto the battlefield, or even when we were just coming back, are we able to get kind of a rough guesstimate as to what sort of numbers we might be up against now?
Still over 1,000, especially with the number of the skeletal troops. So, yeah, really high amount still, but not the multiple thousands that you guys were facing.
Okay. So it's just over 1,000. So how would that compare to our numbers? I don't think I ever got a troop count for us.
It's about equal now. So where you guys were kind of outnumbered 5-1, you're have pared down the numbers.
Cool. All right. I'm just kind of thinking to myself if we should stick around longer just to lend any aid we can, or if they want us to send out smaller strike forces out and about to, you know.
We were pretty effective against that thing. I don't think it'd be too crazy to for us to kind of assault the tower. We could do a coordinated thing where we go out with the front lines or however it is it works with the daily routine and attack the tower while our forces are engaging with the front lines.
I agree. I agree.
I like it, but are we able to rest up and stuff like that before we do all that?
Ah, come on. I'm still at full health.
I'm not.
You can spend healing surges as soon as we're out of combat, but you can't regain healing surges until you've had a good night's sleep.
Okay, I'll spend a couple, but I'm only down. I only have 6 left, I think.
John, did the healing potion shipment come in from that I placed an order for back before we left? Any chance I can buy some potions?
Yes, you can. Hang on.
Can we get potion drip feed for herpes?
I think I like that idea better than the one I just had.
We wouldn't want him to get hooked on healing potion, because then we'd have 3 addicts on our team, I guess.
I can quit whenever I want.
Okay, the shipment has come in, and they have 17 of the gain 11 hit points back. But it's 17 total. So when the halfling guys drop off that crate of healing potions to the main office, the kind of general guys are, you guys are there, and you just have done this successful, oh shit. Check, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Good.
Oh, okay, so it's just Graham.
Yeah, I think it's just Graham.
Yes, the general guys, they, of course, they want you guys to have some, but they're like, we should keep some back for ourselves and other things like that too. So they ask you, how many do you want out of these 17?
Well, there's what, 7 of us? 8. Can you give us 9? That's 1 each, and one for comfort.
Absolutely, yeah. 9 is good. He'll let you have
Cool.
9.
But none of the other ones, none of the 15 plus a status effect ones came in.
No.
Hello.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay, I'm gonna miss the plan here. My mumble code.
No plan. We're just talking health potions. We just bought 9 potions for us.
Yeah, and you don't have to pay for them. They're on the Anurian government's dime.
So everybody take a potion. I'll take the extra one.
Are you all happy with that?
Make sure
Yeah,
to.
that's fine.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm good.
So we got some weapons. We got like we got a +2 spear and powerful greatsword. Does anyone need any weapons?
Don't need, but upgrades are always nice.
Yeah.
Well, if you
Although I
can use
really
it,
wish I had my axe.
Yeah.
Just whatever you need, man. If you can use it, give
I'll
it.
take the sling. Yeah. There's a great sword, a great spear, and some random scrolls.
Oh.
Yeah, there you go.
We're all getting 1 health potion.
Yeah.
I think I'm cutting in and out.
Yeah, a little bit.
It's all right. I heard you say, where are we? And I pinged you on the map. Or do you mean where in the world are we? Not where on the map are we?
Where in the world are
You are at Fort Rishard, so not whatever that upside down word is. It's that northernmost human fort on the border. So to the south of you is the Salwood. To the north of you is the undead army.
So if nobody wants or can use the great spear or the great sword, can we talk to some of the troops or some of the generals, and maybe we can work out like a trade? Maybe some of the troops or somebody wants either the great spear or the great sword, and they have some magic items or potions or something to trade.
The general troops, like the soldiers en masse, don't have anything like that. They have their standard issue armor and whatnot. So it would take a little bit of digging to try and find like other adventurers who have become soldiers.
Right.
But you can attempt that with a little bit of streetwise or diplomacy.
All right. If we're gonna like rest for a day or anything, I'll do that. But if y'all want to just get on it, then leave it.
Yeah, I don't mind resting up if everyone wants to.
Does anyone know if they are low on surges?
I have 3.
I have to.
5?
Actually, I should have more than that. So.
Give it to Herpes. Herpes is the one in need of help.
I might have a funky power that can help us out here. If you're looking at doing some healing on the road.
What I'm thinking is we transfer surges before we rest, and then, well, we rest so that the people with high constitution modifier are more likely to get their surges back, where those of us with a low modifier...
Transfer any of my surges to anyone looking not too healthy.
I think I'll only be allowed to do this once.
Once ever?
Well, once before we go to rest. And it's a many people to one person kind of deal.
Okay, well, I'm fine with that. Or, I'm sure we're okay with helping out whoever is most messed up.
Totally.
I'll throw in some coke.
Yeah, we might want to ask Johnny when he gets back if we've regained any surges in the meantime.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I was just gonna say we should all just hold off until Johnny kind of gives us the DL on what's going on. Because as it stands right now, before last game, I was at I had all my HP, and then apparently the Crystal's murder shot gave me I took away 30 points of damage. So yeah, no, I agree. But I assume that I would have used like 2 healing surges, like the only 2 I have left. You know.
I made you did a second wind once, and then Arwen came and did laying on hands to heal you some more.
Yeah, but what I mean is, unless I'm on more coke than Vince, I assume that we were on the way back from over there to the fortress for the last 2 days. So.
Oh yeah, you could have spent healing surges during that time. Yeah, you just couldn't have gained any because you were riding so hard.
Right. So before all you guys spend any healing surges or spells or whatever, I'm good. I appreciate the gesture, but I'm good. I'm actually back up there.
Okay.
I appreciate it though. I really do. But
So no one in particular is particularly low on surges?
well, I have like. I would have 0 surges, but I don't mind recharging them over time.
What's your con, if I may ask?
14. So con mod is 2, con mod plus half level is 5.
Nah, it might be prudent to give you a couple surges just in case. If you're basically at 0.
Always nice to have some surges.
That's true. Before we do that, do you guys want to take a couple days, or maybe even just a day, just to relax? Because I'm guessing we would have hard ridden our way back from over there to over here.
I would like to get pampered in my private room, please.
You got it. They draw you a hot bath.
There's a horde of undead attacking the walls. They want to take a bath.
Undead are dirty, of course.
No dirtier than minotaurs.
Oh.
Hey, I bathe. I'm also not rotting.
Yeah, Terrace is also insulted, if he could speak common.
Yeah. Okay. Why do we have another minotaur?
Because he was a prisoner from the demons.
Why do we keep freeing them?
Because they were slaves.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't know. You keep pigs in a pen.
Man, Valhalla's all about free love, but also all about racism.
It's not a racist thing.
How is
No,
it not a
it's-
racist thing?
He's a monster. That's not race.
That's
Yeah,
not a
when was the last
Yeah.
time you guys freed an orc and just let him join the party?
I captured one and I was keeping him alive.
That was a knoll.
Oh, right.
Well, when was the last time an orc talked to us?
A couple weeks ago.
When Jack created that religion.
Oh, yeah, without trying to murder us first.
They didn't try to murder me.
That's fair. But they didn't. They were not having joining us.
So that's what we're saying. They didn't murder you because you're also a monster.
Right.
Man, Valhalla with that haterade tonight, man.
Is this gonna be like when Dante fought Hatim on that boat?
Dante fought a Hatim?
Yeah, Murgatroyd had to dunk him in the water after I caught him in a fishing net.
Well, to be fair, that was just after Dante came back to life, and he tried to get that spear or staff or whatever it was, and Hatim kind of fouled him out of it.
Because if we didn't give the staff to the ice people or whatever, they would have died.
There was a lot going on.
Dante was very okay with this.
In any case, it sounds like we're all in favor of spending a day recuperating. So I'm gonna go talk to all of the. Oh shit! All right.
Oh, buddy. Okay, cool. Character sheets in hand. Let's see what's up.
You huffed him good.
Oh god.
Business time.
This is perfect. So after Valhalla uses his daily, I'm going to move up the attack to today, so you don't have that daily in the big battle coming up.
I'm kidding. I don't. None of my dailies actually do any damage.
They're just wicked solos.
I wasn't
Pretty
even trying
much.
to hurt him.
Yeah, just like Crystal. It seems like we always roll critical hits when we attack each other.
It's true. Go ahead and make a an endurance check.
Let's see if I
DC
bruised you.
15, yeah. Valhalla.
Me?
Yeah, endurance check, DC 15.
Sure, I will, but if the monster wants to attack me, I'll do it normal rules. He can do whatever he wants. Go against my AC. All your endurance if you want it.
No, that was against your AC, so he hits. I'm guessing Jack is not doing legit damage. You're just doing like open.
Yeah,
palm.
just a sock in the arm.
Okay.
Nah, bring it on, man. Come on.
But I'm pretty
50
sure
hit
that
points,
would have
bring
hit
it.
even Murgatroyd.
Yeah, crits always hit.
Yeah, 28 would hit too.
That's DC 15, so under. So Valhalla is dazed just till the end of your next turn. So you socked him so hard that Valhalla, you can only take one action.
That's okay. The daily is one action. Although everything I do is slow because I still don't have my books.
Do you not have a character sheet here in Roll20?
Oh, no, I have my character sheet. I just my character sheet got messed up twice, so I just said fuck it, and I'm just using paper one now.
Fair enough.
This is why I
I,
stick with PDF.
All of my dailies and everything are on the fourth ed wiki. I don't know what your bard powers are like, but I've had really good success with just like keeping the fourth ed wiki page open and just searching for like Sly Flourish or Riposte Strike or whatever to get all the effects.
Some of them are on there. I use that quite often too.
Okay, Elliot. While these two are kind of duking it out, you're moving amongst the troops, asking around if anybody has use of the Great Spear.
Yeah, the Great Spear and the Great Sword. Mostly I'm, trying to do like a bartering sort of situation. Do you want like a streetwise roll or a diplomacy to kind of get a feel of like who to talk to and that sort of thing?
It depends. How are you doing it? Are you being very obvious, like walking around being like, my fellow soldiers, I have these, and who can they benefit the most, which would be diplomacy, or are you kind of subtly going around being like, hey, you guys heard of anybody who can use a great sword?
Yeah, because I don't want to just like I mostly what I want to do is find, like you said, people who were adventurers, kind of size out the crowd, like look for who's been an adventurer, who's like a higher up sort of really tough cleric or paladin that's likely to have use of a big magic item. Walking around asking like, hey, who's the toughest dude around here, like who's been an adventurer, who's the hardiest, that sort of thing. Who's got the most experience around here?
Okay, yeah, then in that case, it's a streetwise. Please.
I'll add 4 to that.
Ah, good. Good call. In that case, you find 2 people, one for each particular weapon.
Excellent. Do you want to just like table what they want to trade for it, or?
No, we'll just to expedite things, we'll just make it a diplomacy roll to barter. But they have healing potions to barter with.
Perfect. Do you want 2 separate ones?
No, that'll do. 25 is
25.
enough. You get 8 more healing potions.
Of the 11 ones?
Yes.
Awesome. I'll swap stories with them for the rest of the day, or until they're getting up to do something.
Excellent. Their biggest story right now is how much they hate those drums.
Yeah.
It's true. Turn the other cheek, Jack. Oh shit, what kind of damage is that, Valhalla?
What damage type is it?
Are
Yeah,
you
what
using
are-
an
what are-
infernal sword?
No, it's I don't know, blunt end of my goddamn Morningstar damage.
Blunt end of a morning star.
There is a mess hall, but they don't serve alcohol.
Also, you take -2 penalty to defense of my choice. I'm gonna say you take -2 to will because you're weak.
All
Yeah,
right.
that's
Sublime starts doing some smack talking, like, "Oh yeah, you tenderize that beef."
right. Sublime. I forgot about Sublime.
Yeah. As will happen, a circle of soldiers kind of gather around you guys, and you can, they're cheating, going, "Fight, fight, fight!" And
Do
play
they
some
recognize
bets.
me?
Yeah, they recognize Valhalla Kazam, and they recognize Jack the Minotaur, member of the Rod Stewards.
What? Why do they recognize him?
Because he's been with you guys for a bit around this fort. You're kind of famous to these soldiers.
And I've been charging into battle nearly every day. Don't know about you, but Jack's been charging into battle every day.
Valhalla saved your ass last time. Don't even worry about it.
You sure about that? I'm pretty sure it was Jack that killed the giant demon.
Pretty sure it was Valhalla who sent every single minion off to the north and to the south. And also killed all of the
You know, it's funny. I thought that I was going to be the Wolverine of the party. Little did I know.
Valhalla's like, oh, damn, sick burn. Make me a brisket, Valhalla.
Anyways.
Are you going to fight back, Jack?
No, I only intended to sock him in the arm. I'm kind of surprised he went all Morningstar on me.
You
Was
attacked, man.
All right. Jack does the better thing and turns the other cheek, as his religion teaches.
Arms up, like, the heck?
Valhalla does the even better thing. Spits in his direction. I turn with Sublime. We walk away.
That's cold.
Who wants some healing? And I'm going to go off to tend to the wounded. I'm going to see if I can convince, though, the other Minotaur to join me so we can chat while I work.
He's happy to. He can only speak the Minotaur language, so he's very happy to have someone that he can speak to, especially someone who freed him and who is healing his wounds.
I don't think Jack actually knows the Minotaur language.
Yeah, it would be your base language.
My base language is Dwarven.
It shouldn't be. Your base language should be the Minotaur language. I'm pretty sure we worked out that you had your native tongue, the Dwarven language for the dwarves that live near you, and then we gave you a little bit of common so you could communicate with these guys. I think that's what we worked out.
Mm.
Yeah, you'd be able to speak your creature, your race, and geography's native language. So he is from the same sort of continent where you guys are from, which is pretty much the only place Minotaurs are from in this world.
I'll ask him if he's from the north or the south.
He's from the north, though he hasn't been there in a long time. He looks kind of wistful. He says that he was an adventurer and found a gateway into the Shadow Realm, or what you guys call the Shadow Realm. There, went to explore, became trapped inside, where he was captured and kept as a slave for many, many years. I guess when you tell him the year it is now, he's been trapped in the Shadow Realm for, I'm going to say, 5 years.
Would Jack know if time works differently in the Shadow Realm?
Maybe. It's tough to say. You guys have limited experience with the Shadow Realm, and I haven't decided yet whether or not time goes slower there, but it's quite possible that it does. He's not sure. He says it felt like a lifetime anyway.
But yeah, I'm pretty much just going to make small talk with him, try to learn a little bit more about where he's from, talk a little bit about where I'm from. If I'm lucky, I'll learn a bit about his religion. If not, then I don't.
He follows the one of the neutral good Minotaur gods. But he is familiar with the Raven Queen. I'm going to say that in your kind of tending to the wounded, he helps you a little bit. He has some some healing training. Like he can't, he's not a cleric, so he doesn't have any divine powers, but he can help, with setting splints and bandaging wounds and things like that. You get a little bit of a vibe from the rank and file, Jack, that some of them are, lost a little respect for you, that you punked out and didn't fight Valhalla. But others, the more kind of religious ones, the ones who obviously have holy symbols visible and stuff like that, appreciate that you did the better man move and did not engage in the fight.
All right. The neutral good Minotaur god. Do you have a name for it?
Nope.
If possible, I'd like to get the name for it later.
Sure thing. I'll send it in an email. Yeah. Angus, Bessie. No, you're only dazed for that one round. It was just surprising that the Minotaur actually took a swing at you.
I didn't mean to make it a surprise. All right. Yeah, Jack's just going to keep on tending to the wounded, chatting up people. If he sees someone that it looks like they are a priest, he's going to ask them about their religion and try to get some background information.
All right, you're pretty familiar with the human gods of this area, so yeah, you don't learn anything really new from any of the clerics that you talk to. They're happy to have another healer around who can help them. There's precious few, especially because any clerics who have any kind of battle ability have been sent out to help with the turning of the undead, which means that they are unfortunately closer to the front lines, and most of them don't come back. Because much like you guys targeted the necromancers on their side, as soon as they saw a cleric on your side, they concentrated their energy on them.
Which reminds me, I'd like to talk to whoever it was that was dispatching us, the general guy that we were talking strategy with, about a kind of coordinated attack on, either like we move out in force and then our party kind of hits that tower, or whether they think it would be better to try and stealth in there.
There won't be any real way to stealth in there, right? The tower itself is surrounded by troops.
There's always a way. Well, one of us can fly.
And breathe underwater.
Yes. They your personal axe back, Jack? Is that what you?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, we'll talk about that. If you just want any old axe, there's axes around. But if you want that particular one back that had the holy symbol on it and the blessings and stuff, then...
Did you lose that to the elves?
Yeah.
Because I'd be happy to team up with you, because I really want my dagger back.
I think my axe would be stored somewhere separate from the dagger.
Oh,
as I think
definitely.
that one elf that really didn't like you just took your dagger.
Oh, absolutely. But I have a feeling they'd be in at least similar places. They'd probably be in the same place. But first and foremost, we got to get those cards back. Ooh, maybe talk to whoever, like the general guy that I've been talking to. Could I mention the cards to him, see if he has any ideas or if he's seen any of them or heard any of them?
He has. If you mention the cards or show him one of the cards that you have, he has seen one of those cards.
Ask him where.
He says that the other day, when the skeletal army was perilously close to the walls of the fort, he saw what looked like a card like this bearing the same backing mounted to the helmet of a skeletal centurion who was riding in a chariot.
That's exciting. I'll get him to describe it for me so I know what to look for.
It's just the back of the cards, which has a black dragon and a white dragon intertwined.
No, I mean the skeleton centurion.
Oh,
and the
that guy. Yes, it's a very large and terrible. My brain is not functioning. A very large and terrible chariot that's being pulled by 6 skeletal horses, and he is slightly taller than the rest of these skeletal warriors, and dressed in shiny copper plate mail. And there was 2 crossbowmen standing also on the back of the chariot with him. Skeletal crossbowmen.
Gotcha.
Definitely the leader of the skeletal army.
I'll let him know that if any of that he can kind of spread it around. If any of the troops find any of these cards, that will handsomely reward them for if they can get them to us.
Excellent. Yeah, the word spreads that the Rod Stewards are searching for magical cards. Okay, we didn't really hear from Murgatroyd or Vince about what you're doing on this day. Do you just go with Herpes to the mess hall and chillax?
Yeah, I think I'm just hanging out. Probably with Herpes, yeah.
Vince,
Since I saved his ass.
Much appreciated. Vince, do you know how to brew up any moonshine by any chance?
No, but we can try.
I like the cut of your jib. Let's give that a shot.
I'm gonna try to learn the Minotaur language by trying to spy on the other Minotaurs.
Okay, make a stealth check, please.
I guess I'm not gonna be stealthy. I'm just gonna if they end up having to move their conversation somewhere, I'll just kind of follow by closely.
Okay.
And would I notice him listening?
If he's not trying to be stealthy, then yes. Or at least you see Murgatroyd always seems to be around you for this day. Sharpening his hammer. I guess you don't sharpen, but fixing the straps of the leather on his armor, or banging some dents out of his shield. He just always seems to be around.
What would I have to roll to figure out that he's trying to pick up the language?
You cannot divine his intention. All you can do is tell that he's listening to you. Whether he already knows the Minotaur language and is spying on you, or he's trying to learn the language, or he just likes the sound of it, you're not sure. Make a streetwise check, please, Herpes, in order to locate the required goods and ingredients for making moonshine. You unfortunately do not have any luck in locating...
I do streetwise?
Yes, streetwise. See if Vince has any luck. Vince, likewise, you're asking around about kettles and hoses and sour mash and all the things that you require to first make alcohol and then purify it down, condense it into moonshine itself. And
Can I just get a barrel of water?
Yeah, there's barrels of water around. Yeah.
Cool. I'll. Are you keeping tabs? How much Coke I have?
Yep.
Are you gonna make cocaine Kool-Aid?
Yep. So I don't know. Do you have a precise amount, or?
I have it marked on the calendar when you're gonna run out of cocaine, so you can tell me how many days worth of cocaine you pour into this barrel.
I'm gonna say a week.
Okay.
And I'll write on it party juice, 5 gold.
Party juice, 5 gold.
Are you setting up a lemonade stand? I love it.
Yep.
I guess a Coca-Cola stand.
And we'll set up at a busy spot.
All right. 5 gold is way too expensive. Nobody's willing to pay 5 gold for a cup of that.
I'll do half price deal. I'll write half price and leave it at 5 gold. And if that doesn't work, I'll actually go like 1 gold.
All right, when you drop it to 1 gold, you do sell a bunch. I'm going to say you sell it's a good amount of the barrel. So I'm going to say 25 tankers. So you earn 25 gold.
Nice.
And you severely fuck up 25 soldiers.
So with the logistics clerks who are in charge of like the granary and the food stores, how much in their favor are we right now? Because I'm thinking if we try and like, harangue a little bit out of them, we might try and like borrow Crystal's bathtub and get something going.
Private party here.
You're in pretty good favor with the halflings that are kind of the quartermasters and keeping things going. So, yeah, go ahead.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt. Please go ahead.
So you might be able to get, some grain and stuff from them, but in your inquiries, they just say to you, we have alcohol that you can buy from us.
How much would you be charging for quantities of alcohol?
It depends what you want. We have some casks of ale, we have some nice bottles of wine, and then we have some harder liquor.
Okay. You definitely have me at the casks of ale. And then for the harder stuff, how much do you have?
We have, a couple crates.
Okay. I would like to purchase from you one crate and 3 caskets of ale.
All right.
How much would you be charging?
There's 12 bottles in a crate, 10 gold per bottle, so that's 120 gold per crate. And you wanted 1 crate?
Yes, please.
It's okay, so that's 120 gold for 1 crate. And then the casks of ale are 30 gold each. You wanted 3 of those, so that's going to be 310.
Okay. Does it look like there's any room with them to diplomatize?
That is the diplomatized rate for the Rod Stewards.
Okay. So I don't know if I can do that.
Really, yeah. With the hassle and ordeal of hauling this stuff all the way here through this battlefield, I can't afford to go any lower than that. This stuff is meant for the officers anyway.
That's true, but I'm sure the officers won't mind sharing with us. We're pretty good friends with the officers now.
Should we ask them? He just kind of points to the officers' mess. We could just go over really quick and see if the officers, don't mind if I sell you all of their alcohol.
I have pretty good bluff, so I'll make a bluff check and say no, we don't need to ask them. They're okay with it. They don't mind.
The halfling says, "No, really, I don't mind. We'll just go right on over and ask the officers if it's okay. It's just right over there."
So okay. So as the halfling starts walking towards the officers' mess,
no, he hasn't started walking yet.
Oh, okay.
He's gesturing and trying to see what you do next.
Okay. Tell me, how good quality is this alcohol here? How high quality is it?
He says it's tip top. It's the best alcohol. Why would I bring shitty alcohol?
That is true. Do you want to try something new? Because a friend of mine and I, a really good friend, you get I like you. You get the chance to come party with the Rod Stewards. How does that sound?
He says, "Oh, that's very tempting, but I'm here on business. I'm not here to party."
Well, a man of your stature, you've put a lot of hard work in, and all these officers here, they all recognize that. So I'm sure they won't mind if you take a couple hours off to come hang out with us and come have a party.
He says, "That is very tempting. And once my business is concluded and this is all said and done, absolutely I will take you up on that. But we, Brechter Halflings, have a very specific credos, and business is business. And on business time, you do business.
Well, spending time with your clients, that's also very good for business there. And we can take you to places that will increase your business multiple times over.
He says, take me to places. He says, take me where? This is pretty much as far afield as I'd like to go. Fort Rishard is the ragged edge of our trading deals here. Anything else, then we go by ship. Do you have exclusive trade rights with somewhere else? Because if so, then I'd be interested.
Well, our dwarven friend in the Rod Stewards, he comes from a pretty wealthy family who have mining rights all over the place.
He says, oh, excellent, a wealthy family. Well, I would be very interested in meeting with your dwarven friend and any of your other friends who have ties to wealth and status and power.
Of course. Well, I can take you over to meet him right now.
He says, I have to stay here and mind my shop. I can't really trust any of my underlings. I have to be here 100% of the time. So why don't you gather up your friends and bring them here?
Forgive me one second. I'm just looking to see if I have any money on me to slide a little bit of money towards this halfling right here.
Got at least 12.5 gold.
Okay, I'll give him 10 gold to bring some alcohol and come chillax with us for a little bit.
All right. You set the 10 gold down on the kind of makeshift table here, and it disappears as though like magic.
So it just...
Oh, yeah. It like flew up his sleeve, and he said, absolutely, 10 gold. That's a wonderful proposition. He says, 10 gold will buy you, one of these half casks, and he snaps his fingers, and one of his little halfling buddies brings it over and sets it up on the thing. And he says, and you know what? Because you're obviously very keen, I'll throw in this pewter tankard with my company's logo on the front. That's a gift, free to you.
The Rod Stewards, thank you.
I says, oh, and we thank you. Yeah, let's go ahead and call them the Damjot Enterprises.
Play Damjot, human.
She's like, and Damjot Enterprises thanks you for your business. Come back anytime.
For sure. Can I make a diplomacy roll to see if there's any way I can get him to bring himself and a little bit of alcohol over with us, like to the mess hall?
You can try, yeah.
And that's diplomacy.
You at your most charming and inviting still to him. He's like, it's very flattering, but during business hours, business must be done. And he says, once this is all done, in a couple days, another group of halflings are coming up to do their trading, and it's all done. Then I would be happy to come and party with you guys.
Alrighty, well, I hope to see you in a couple days then.
Please do. And should you ever find yourselves, when this is all done, in the Masson March, please come by our city and look us up.
For sure. Okay, so I'm going to bring that half cask of ale, was it?
Yes.
Yeah. That's just a half-size cask of ale, or was it an ale, or was it a cask like half filled with ale?
It's a half-sized cask.
Okay, cool. I'll bring that over to. I'll start looking for some of the other guys, like the other Rod Stewards, and then I'll say, hey, got this, have some.
Excellent. The first ones you find, of course, Vince is with you, but you're able to come across the Minotaurs and Murgatroyd.
Cool. I'll.
Murgatroyd shushes you. The other Minotaur would be more than happy to share some halfling brew with you.
Okay, so I'll just fill up the tankard and then pass it on to this new Minotaur.
Excellent. Terran, I think, was his name. Yeah. Terran is drinks it down and wipes his chin with the back of his hand. Thanks you very much in the Minotaur language. So I guess he says to Jack, he says, "Thank your friend for me."
Cool. And we'll just leave them to their business, and then from there we'll go looking. And on the way, Vince and I will be drinking a little bit, and then on the way we'll go and look for Valhalla and Elliot to give them a little bit. And then afterwards we'll go drink Vince's special Kool-Aid.
All right, so you guys get unpleasantly wrecked, which means that that night, I don't think anyone else has anything else to do that day. You guys have pretty much exhausted all of your actions. Oh, Arwen wanted to know your father's plans. He says that from the looks of it and from the information we've gathered, it looks like they're about to launch some kind of big attack, so we've been fortifying our defenses, getting ready. We have whittled down their flying bat numbers, so there's only maybe single digits left of the flying bats that keep flying over and dropping bombs, so that's really good. And they've struck a real blow to the necromancers and the demons who have been around. So your father is very optimistic and thinks that this battle is definitely turning in the favor of the elves and humans.
Okay, good to know.
And dwarves? Did the dwarves show up yet? Yes, the dwarven reinforcements showed up while you guys were gone.
That's awesome.
So yeah, there are a whole bunch of dwarven soldiers around too. Okay, Lord.
Are they any dwarves that we know personally?
I don't think so. They're mostly from Five Peaks. So there's no dwarves that you guys have encountered. Murgatroyd probably sees some that he knows, some of his cousins.
Gotcha.
Who, I guess, when they see Murgatroyd, ask, "What the hell are you doing here? You're supposed to be doing whatever deal you did with the White Queen to get our family's seal back."
Yeah, I'll be like, about that. That's still technically what we're doing. We just had a few setbacks.
Yeah, how did we get off track from this anyway?
Vince died.
Yeah, I was there for that, but why are we fighting an undead and stuff now?
Because we're looking, the cards are somewhere around here. And like we've heard that there's a few within the ranks of the undead. So we're looking for them.
Yeah, we got two of the cards from the big demon that we were fighting last session.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know that was still tied to cards. Cool.
Yeah, it's because we had almost all the cards, then we pulled a card to res Vince, so the deck kind of dissipated to this area.
Yeah, I was there when I remember that. That was crazy.
If Vince could just stay alive for a little while.
Yeah, there's lots of dwarf nards dwarf nods. All right. Is anyone other than Herpes getting royally fucked up tonight? And does that answer your questions, Crystal?
Yes.
I don't want to get royally fucked up. I drink any of what they're drinking. Not what I wanted for battle, but I want to get drunk and see if I can get to a bar and then do a show and get paid.
There's no bars. In fact, alcohol is forbidden amongst the regular soldiers.
Oh.
Yeah, just like a real army.
All right. So is this place dry, like completely?
No, the officers and stuff, they're allowed to have alcohol. But so like inside the fort, there's alcohol around, but outside, and I didn't put it on the map, but outside the fort, there's lots of tents and camps and things, right? There's at least 1,000 elves, dwarves, and humans, and they can't all stay inside the fort, so there's lots of tents and camps scattered around outside. So in the officers' mess and places like that, there is alcohol, but it's, guarded and kept under lock and key. And outside in the general rank and file of the army, there is no alcohol allowed, which means that there is some, but they have to be extra sneaky about it. So if you're looking to get paid, you'll have to put on a show inside the fort for like the officers, and they may or may not pay you. If you want to raise morale and have your show be way better attended and appreciated, you put on a show outside the walls for the troops.
Well, if people are set up outside and it's just like all the people who can't get in, is it all soldiers or is it just like random people as well?
Nope, there's no civilians here. It's all soldiers. Well, I guess the halfling merchants are civilians, but it's mostly soldiers here.
Okay. I'll go outside, and I guess if anyone seems interested, I'll play a little bit. And I'm going to see if I can score any liquor on the outside.
Absolutely, you can. If you start playing and Sublime starts playing, some other soldiers who have musical instruments, guitars or harmonicas and things like that come and join in, and it turns into a massive concert/jam session where you are fed and given booze and quite possibly weed.
Sweet.
The good times flow outside the walls at the party.
All right, yeah. So Sublime and I will chill there for a bit, I guess.
There are military hooker hangarounds outside, but they are even better guarded than the alcohol, right? So they are, it's not allowed. So there'd be women who would be in charge of like laundry services and things like that, who are also, earning a little extra money on the side doing prostitutioning, and men too. Why not? I'm for equal opportunity prostitution.
Yeah, speaking of, I guess if any of the soldiers are maybe into it, maybe I'd get into it too.
Right on. You have a good time, but you don't let yourself get too wrecked.
Hey Vince, where's Murgatroyd? He's like been hanging around those cows all day.
Yeah, I don't know.
You want some milk?
Nice.
Oh well, Murgatroyd's a bit of a square anyway. We'll just keep all the booze to ourselves.
Murgatroyd is a square. Seth, are you still with us?
Yeah, I'm here.
You're just being nice and quiet.
Sorry about that. I'm not drinking.
No, I didn't think that Tim would be involved in it. Okay, so I will require Valhalla to make an endurance check DC 13 and Herpes to make an endurance check DC 23. And Vince, depending on how wrecked you're getting, you'll also make an endurance check. Are you going to try and keep up with Herpes, Vince?
Yep.
All right, then DC 23 endurance check for Vince as well. Oh, shit.
Nailed it.
All right. So the next morning, unfortunately, Herpes failed. The next morning, Vince, you wake up feeling great. You can regain 2 healing surges. And everyone except Herpes make an endurance check to regain healing surges. Herpes is too hungover to regain healing surges. Oh, Valhalla. You actually lose the healing surge due to a shitty night's sleep. Probably a UTI.
I got 17.
You don't get to make one because you failed your endurance check at getting drunk. So you are so wrecked and hungover that you do not regain any healing surges.
Oh, I'm sorry about that.
That's okay. Jesus, Jack, you also lose a healing surge due to a bad night's sleep. And Arwen, you lose a healing surge due to a bad night's sleep.
Let's get all the crit fails out of the way.
The drums kept everyone else up. Murgatroyd, you're fine.
So because I had the bright idea of getting royally fucked up, everyone has to suffer, right?
John, any chance that Elliot can say that he spent the night with the watch to try and get a feel for the rhythm of their patrols and picking up their dead or whatever it is they do, doing a stakeout of the battlefield?
Yes, but in that case, you didn't sleep, so you lose a healing surge.
Oh no, I just mean I want to stay up as late as the party went.
Oh, okay. That's fine. Then yeah, you have a good idea, but you don't know for sure.
Sure.
Yeah. So yeah, for Arwen and Jack, yeah, you guys, it was the drums that kept you up, and as you kind of, the three of you that crit failed, which is incredible, and Herpes, who's royally hungover. You kind of wake up and you're looking around, and most of the soldiers and stuff too just had awful night's sleep. The generals, they're all getting up, holding their heads. Everyone is grouchy. Everyone is just in a real kind of foul mood. And they all focus their hatred and bile towards that tower that you can see in the distance now in the early morning dawn light. And as you kind of get up onto the battlements where there's some hot, brothy porridge being served up, you scarf some back. Most of you can choke it down. Even Herpes is just like, oh, God, I can't eat, but oh, gotta eat. Feels so good to eat. You look out, and as you kind of all stare off into the distance at that tower, it flashes with a moment of brilliant arcane energy, and the drumming stops.
How does the army respond to that?
Their army, you can hear a cheer start to go up, but because they're mostly skeletons, it just sounds like breath escaping through, nothing. Which is kind of extra creepy. It's just like wind blowing through open rib cages. On your side, there's a sigh of relief that the noise has stopped, which is then replaced by some feeling of dread that what is about to happen. And it's in that moment of silence that you look down at a bowl of broth that's sitting on the edge of a battlement and see the Jurassic Park-esque ripples starting to come in from the side of the bowl, not in thumps, but as a steady kind of low rumble, which then builds to the point where the bowl is actually kind of jittering across the stonework. And you look out in horror at the battlefield as the carpet of corpses are all kind of shifting and undulating and rattling all together and being pulled and drug. You see your fallen comrades, elves, humans, dwarves, as well as the zombies and skeletons who fell before, all being drawn in towards the giant pillar, the giant tower that was there, like some kind of freaky evil magnet. And as they reach the location of the tower, they take on a shape. They start to grow and form a gigantic pile of corpses, which then turns into a gigantic
Voltron.
beast